Welcome to Your Entertainment Connection, and today we have Tina Brown, one of the hottest vocalists and actresses in the Chicago area. Tina, tell me a little bit about yourself.
Well, I'm Tina Brown from Chicago, Illinois.
Okay.
Born and raised here. Started singing at a very early age, like most singers and gospel singers, and I love what I do. Just love what I do.
Okay, and you started singing at the age of, when did you start?
At the age of 3.
3, wow.
3. But I didn't start performing live until, and I say live, which means church.
Mhm.
I didn't start performing publicly until I was 5 years old. My father started me singing at that age.
Okay, so you started singing gospel, R&B, what was your...
Oh,
Yeah.
gospel.
Okay.
Gospel is always number one in my book. To me, it's the true music of the soul.
Okay.
And that's how I was able to acclimate myself into other music genres, because gospel has so much depth in it. It has so much soul. So by the time I was 8, my father had me to join the all-adult choir because my voice had gotten so strong and he felt like I could, be well adjusted with adult people. And that's where I went, and it's been going ever since from that point on.
That's fantastic, because most of the singers do start in gospel. So Tina, what got you to want to do different things? What?
Well, because of how I was raised in the projects, and my mother was a homemaker, so she didn't work most of the time when we were children. And to get me out of the way, she knew I liked music, and she would have 1450 AM WVON on all the time.
Okay.
And she had bought me these go-go boots, and she knew I liked to just play like I'm singing it, doing everybody. And would have me standing up on the cocktail table with my go-go boots on while she cleaned the house. It would occupy me. So that actually started at 2 years old. So at 3, I thought I was a pro
Okay.
at singing. And that's how it all got started. So I heard music like jazz, blues, R&B. I used to like Coco Taylor and all them. And I just had a ball, just singing gospel and R&B and everything all at once, So that's how everything got started.
And you started here in Chicago. Chicago has wonderful, wonderful talent here, and I'm just trying to think, was there anyone here in Chicago that inspired you? Was Chicago artists?
The gospel artists that inspired me, I was watching Jubilee Showcase all the time. Of course, I'm telling my age. But I was a little girl, and I admired people like Albertina Walker,
Okay.
the Barrett sisters, Dolores Barrett Campbell and her sisters, and Inez Andrews,
Oh, yeah.
who pulled
Great.
out of the caravans from Albertina Walker. And I believe one of my first big solos was Inez Andrews' Lord, Don't Move the Mountain.
Okay.
And I just loved her because of her power, And she wrote, what was that song, Oh Mary, Don't You Weep,
Okay. Okay.
So I just thought that she was awesome. And of course the Barrett sisters, who I ended up singing with in the last 5 years.
Oh, great. How was that experience?
That was awesome. And I still sing with them, even though, of course, Mama Campbell is gone now. But we still get together sometime for a few of their engagements that they have to sing at. And that's awesome. That was a learning experience altogether, because Dolores Barrett Campbell was so special in my life. She taught me how to be gracious and how to be classy, And of course, she was a diva to me. So I thought she was beautiful, gracious, and classy all at the same time.
Okay, and right now there are, artists that's inspired or aspiring to be artists. And you mentioned the word classy and diva. Do you find that we're missing that today, or?
Yeah, I do. And I know that times have changed, and of course I've gotten a little older, but I still love the classiness of people like Nancy Wilson. To me, Aretha Franklin was very classy. Her background girls were classy. Back in that time, Dionne Warwick,
Great.
Sarah Vaughan. I love these people, And now, we're coming out in thongs and we're showing everything. We're leaving nothing to the imagination, and I think imagination is good, And I love to dress fully, and it's okay to show a little, leg every now and then, but to show everything, that's just not my style.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, I understand that you did a little acting.
Huh.
You mentioned, well, there was talk of Black Ensemble Theater with Jackie Taylor, who we know
Oh.
is great in Chicago in
is.
theater. So just tell me about a little bit what you did with her.
Well, I've never had acting lessons, and it just so happened that they were Black Ensemble was auditioning for the play Somebody Save Man, and the drummer and the music director at that time was and still is a very good friend of mine. I call him my little play brother. He said, Tina, I was waiting for the season to figure out when you should come and try out for theater. And he said, this is the time. He said, come and audition. I came to audition for Somebody Save Man a day too late. And but because of him, they said, well, we would like you to come and try out on the second day where the tryouts are. Not the tryouts, but those who have been chosen to come back, the callbacks. So I came, and immediately Jackie wanted me in the play. She was concerned about the fact that I had no acting experience, but she loved my voice, and she was willing to help and train me as an actress. And so that was my first taste of acting back in 2004 at this late age. And from there, I did a few other things, a few more acting things, and somebody came to see Somebody Save Man, and then they wanted to be an agent for me at a talent agency. And that's when I auditioned for the commercial that I had done.
The wonderful commercial.
Safe Auto.
Safe Auto. Have you guys seen that commercial? Every time I see that commercial, I just smile because there's Tina out there promoting Safe Auto. And it's great. Well, folks, what we're going to do, we're going to take a break, and we're going to come right back with Miss Tina Brown. We're back with Tina Brown. So Tina, today, tell me what you're doing today.
Well, today I am really anxious to do a tribute to my favorite singer in the whole wide world. And that is, well, she's my favorite R&B singer. And that is Aretha Franklin.
Great.
And I'm looking forward to doing a tribute to her music, to her legacy. She has been probably one that has most inspired me musically, besides Dolores Bear Campbell.
Okay.
Between the two of them, I don't know, you may hear little parts of them in whatever I do, but I am looking forward to doing some music, more music. Singing, I'm more of a singer than an actress. I didn't start acting until later in life.
Okay.
But I've been singing all of my life, and that is my first love. So that's what I'm looking forward to doing right now, is to doing more tributes to artists that I have grown up to love, even Chaka Khan.
Okay.
Maybe one day I'll do something on her. But right now it's Aretha, and I mean Aretha.
And that's so good because it seems like over the past 2, maybe 3 years, we've been losing a lot of our R&B legends. And for you to want to tribute Aretha, that's fantastic while she's here.
Yeah, my God.
She is the ultimate, and which is why we attribute to her as the queen of soul. So I think that's awesome. And what we're going to do in a little bit is, if you can give us a little Aretha in Tina's fashion, that would be totally, totally great.
I'd love to.
I want to ask you just to give some inspiring words to some of the young artists that are coming up. If you could sum it up in 1, 2 words, what would you tell them?
Be yourself.
Okay.
Be yourself. There's nobody like you. There's nobody designed like you. There's nobody that has the heart for music quite like you. So I would just say, admire those that you've grown to love, and you might even take a few riffs from them or take on a little bit of their personality. But ultimately, you do you. That's what I would say.
And that's totally words of wisdom. Well, Tina, what we're going to do, we're going to get you set up so we can see Aretha as you bring her to life. I want to thank you so much for this great interview. Your Entertainment Connection is just proud to have you here.
I'm so glad to be
We're going to be doing great things with some other tribute artists in the future, so we want you to stay tuned. But right now, we're going to bring you Miss Tina Brown. paying tribute to Aretha Franklin.